Hey Clashers, and welcome back to another video. And today we want to take a look at a new strategy which somehow, well, is getting used in competitive play. And this was a big surprise to me because I did not expect to see some super archers in Clash of Clans in competitive play anytime soon. Because, I'm not sure, like super archers, they were kind of weak if you actually want to a 3-star. But this match is actually a best of 3 match in a knockout stage, like in playoffs for the ESL Meisterschaft. So this means whoever is going to win this is going to move on. Whoever is going to lose is dropping out of the entire season of the ESL Meisterschaft. So this is like a multiple month season, which means you do not want to drop out of this, right? So you want to use your best strategies. And Inquisition did use this strategy like 5 to 6 times over 3 matches, which means like 2 attacks every single match for like super archers, which surprised me a ton. So let's take a look at this strategy. Let's see how you guys can use it as well and why exactly it's that strong and can smash bases that easily. So first off, we have a nice Warden Walk. You always want to Warden Walk either a multi-inferno tower or you want to Warden Walk a scatter shot. Those are your main targets, and that's exactly what he did right here. He took down a scatter shot, which is great value because the splash damage is the biggest enemy for your super archer smash. I don't know how to name this, to be honest. Like mass archer, like mass super archers. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But either way, the idea behind this is to have the golem in the beginning tanking for your troops, and then as soon as you get into the core, the golem is gone. And the cool thing about this is that super archers and the queen kind of have similar ranges, which means they're going to stack on top of each other. That's what you want to have when using healers, because healers do not have, and no one saw that freeze. Okay, no one saw that freeze. Don't even take a look at that. But back to the point, like super archers and the queen itself have some similar ranges, which means they're stacking on top of each other. And this is great for the healers because healers are not targeting one specific, or like not only heal one specific troop, they can heal an area of the base, basically. And if your troops are staying on top of each other, all of those troops are getting healed up. And that's the same thing how P.E.K.K.A Smash works, like, or Yeti Smash or whatever. If those troops are stacking on top of each other, all of them are getting healed at the same time. This way, you're kind of out-healing the damage output of the base. That's how those P.E.K.K.A Smash and everything works, right? And super archers are doing this, working as the same thing. But this time around, you're not using tanks as your front line. You're basically using the super archers itself to tank for the back end. And well, this Royal Champion went kind of crazy and finished off the base, even though with the swag freeze in the beginning, it still worked out. So great attack by Striker. And let's just take a look at the next attack, because we have already I Am Green going with the next Warden Walk. And this time around, he's going yet again for this next scatter shot compartment. And as we said, this is right now super important to take those scatter shots out, because as we just said, you do not have tanks in front of your super archers. You do not have tanks in front of them. Your super archers itself are the tanks in the middle of the base. So you do not want to have a scatter shot shooting at your super archers. That's way too much damage for the healers to handle, and that's exactly why you take those out early. That's what he's doing right now. Switching then for the queen, like going for the queen, making sure the warden is getting lured over, switching to the queen, and now the super archers are getting sent in. The golem, for the first couple of layers, the golem is going to tank, yes, but as we said, it's basically just like to help out of the troops getting into the base. It's not like a tank which is going to tank for your troops inside the base itself. And the great thing is most of the bases right now have a core compartment. And as we said, the key thing about this compartment is that you cannot reach anything from this compartment to the outside. Like, for example, from this inside compartment, you cannot reach the eagle. You cannot reach the back and inferno towers. But there is a difference. The super archers can, because you normally make out of the range decisions on a base building, you make this based on the range of the queen. But the super archers have a bigger range than the queen itself, so they can reach things which the queen just can't. So we can see this right now just in a second with the back and multi-inferno tower. But at the same time, we saw how dangerous heroes are as well, because we just saw how the queen took down a couple of those archers. But now let's take a look, and there we go. The inferno tower has been taken down by those super archers with no problem whatsoever. And this obviously is giving the Royal Champion some more free time and some more time for the back end. He has one more freeze to go. Royal Champ is still not using her ability. The queen ability had to be used though, and now we have a nice backhand, freezing the backhand defenses just to make sure the Royal Champ is staying alive for now. It's just the Royal Champ ability, and this is yet again another 3-star. Really nicely done by I Am Green, really nicely done by Inquisition to show us the strategy. But as I said in the beginning, they used this multiple times. Like, they did not use this like once just because they felt like, that could work, like a kind of fancy attack. No, they actually used this, I think, 5 or even 6 times in all of those matches together, which is like really like a lot of attacks, considering that those matches were insanely close, incredible important. As we said, whoever loses is dropping out of the competition. Next attack. This time around, we have like a ring base, or like a compact core base style of base. And this time, yet again, he's going for the one walk for the scatter. This time around, though, he's kind of, I don't know if that was intentional, but you have to know that if there are 3 loons stacked on top of each other, the Warden is most likely going to follow them. And that's exactly what happened. The Warden did follow those loons. Maybe it was intentional, maybe not, because it actually turned out really good for him, because now he can take down the scatter. Even though the bidder is on the scatter, that should be no problem whatsoever. And now we just have the Warden slowly finishing off that scatter shot. And then as soon as that's taken down, we can start with the Super Archers yet again into the bottom compartment, taking down the Eagle first. Obviously, every sort of like huge burst splash damage, like scatter shots, Eagle, or even multi-inferno towers nowadays, all of that, you want to take that out as early as possible with those Super Archers. And now we have the Super Archers smash, getting into the bottom part of the base, getting into that Eagle compartment, I'm sorry. But now that's kind of scary. We have those headhunters getting into, like, somehow targeting that queen. That queen is dropping dangerous low, but he's keeping his nerves somehow, not using the queen ability. And that was pretty close, I would argue. That was pretty close. But hey, at the end of the day, it somehow worked. Now the Blimp already caught 1 black mine. And now the Blimp somehow needs to make it to the Town Hall, because yet again, he wants to Blimp that Town Hall. The Town Hall is such an important defense to take that down with those Super Archers, because we mentioned all of the splash damage. Well, the Town Hall is being one of the most dangerous ones right now. And nice taking the Town Hall out with those raged up sneaky goblins in that Blimp. And now the great thing about this is that the Super Archers are kind of outranging the poison. So that's kind of great. So the poison is getting ignored for most of the time. Now all of the troops are running into it, but it's already kind of too late at this point, I feel like. But at the same time, there's still some more buildings at the back, and he has 1 minute left to finish off this base. And this is going to be a close one. Queen is not going for the top side. Now she's going for a wall, which is not the greatest, to be honest. Like, she could have just went for the like 2 walls next to this just to open up everything. But hey, I mean, that's how the queen works, right? Like, she's not always going for the best wall first. Now the freeze onto the Tesla and onto the mortar. Nice decision making right there, making sure the Royal Champ is not taking too much damage. And now the healers are slowly switching. And there we go. The Royal Champion is kept alive for now. And the cannon is going down. The Archer Tower is low already, and it's going down as well. This is the next 3-star for Inquisition. This was such a close attack. So insanely close. But at the end of the day, a 3-star is a 3-star, and that's everything what counts. A really great job. Another 3-star. So let's take a look at one more attack, and let's put everything together we have so far for the strategy. So first off, the first thing is Warden Walk Scatter, or Warden Walk Multi-Inferno Tower, or Warden Walk Splash Damage in general. That's the first thing you want to do. Second step is basically to funnel the other side with your king. And then the next step around is to put the golem down, put the Super Archers in behind, and then have a nice entry into the base. Then again, the next step basically is to blimp the Town Hall. You do not want to have your Super Archers dealing with that Town Hall. The damage is just way too high off that Town Hall, so you cannot heal against that with your healers. And most of the time, you want to have your Warden ability whenever you want to use it, and not whenever the base is forcing you to use it. That's kind of the difference. Now we have the king, as we said, funneling the other side. The golem is getting sent in. The Super Archers are getting sent in behind the golem. So pretty classic setup, exactly as we said. Now the early freeze, as we said again, we do not want to lose our Super Archers early. That's why we use the freeze onto that scatter. And now we have a triple Ice Golem Clan cast, which most of the time for smashes is like one of the worst to face, like it's so annoying. But for super archers, they're actually outranging that, so that's pretty cool. Now we can see it, Town Hall is going down, and now everything is slowly making its way into the core. The Golemites are still tanking pretty nicely, but at this point they're slowly dying as well. Warden ability to have some more DPS in the core, and I think at this point, yeah, I think he forgot to super archers or to deploy them. Like normally you do not want to save them for the backend or anything, and that's exactly, yet again, you can see why those super archers are so strong. The eagle is just getting shot from the core. As we said, normally those bases are set up that the queen cannot reach any of the outside buildings. This time around it's different. So yeah, kind of unfortunate that the damage is missing in the core now, because the super archers, like those 2 super archers, are missing. If you have overall like only 8 to 9 super archers and you're missing out on 2 of them, like not placing them, that's huge impact, especially in the core of the base. So this one is going to be a little bit closer. And I will spoil this already. This won't be enough at the end of the day, because Getter and Expo are still alive. The Royal Champ is kind of struggling against all of those ground skeletons. But still, I hope that I brought you a new strategy, which you might have not seen already in some of the pro matches. Really cool strategy. I love this, that over the time, slowly, some new strategies are going to pop up and going to show that, like, you can think out of the box in Clash of Clans as well. That's always great to see. The Queen is going to finish off some more buildings, but at the end of the day, this is going to be like a 96 or something, 98% attack, because Scatter and the Expo are going to survive. But you can see at the same time, the archers are so cool. They can reach actually this Scatter compartment, but well, this is not going to be 3-star. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you back tomorrow for the next video. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.